Hello and welcome to People Human Rights. This is our 31st video where we will be talking about the law of God's law and human beings' laws. So, yeah, we need to remember that the Holy Scriptures have been manipulated. They have mixed God's laws with human being laws. And the thing is that God's laws are very clear. They are based on something. They can be checked. They can be you feel them. You feel it. It's based on the creation, for example. So you have, if you just think about the 10 Commandments, yes, this is God's law. But there are some laws in the Holy Scriptures that are very strange and with no meaning and no righteousness. So those laws doesn't come from God. Laws like the slave belongs to the master. Black people are not going to paradise. I'm talking about all religions. Black people are slaves by definition. And in fact, the Judaism is originated from Black people. So the name slave is not right. It is man-made in the Bible. It is the word servant that God uses. Servant. And there are all sorts of laws regarding how to free a slave, what the slave needs to pay, or people need to pay for him. No. The prophet Moses did not pay anything to Pharaoh before taking the Hebrews out of Egypt. And even the slaves are not paid. They don't receive a remuneration, a salary. They say that they give them something to eat and a place to live. Okay, let's see what they eat and where they live. And so they have nothing to free themselves, and even if they are free, they have no money to build something, to do something for themselves. So it's just a way, if a servant, let me say servant, but they call them the slave. Once, as it is in the bondage, yeah, we can say slave. Yeah, the slave doesn't, it's just to say if he wants to be free, say, okay, if you're free, you want to be free, yeah, so work for me again 10 years, and then after 10 years, yeah, you can be free. It's for example that I can take. If there's how can I say? Yes, your the place where you work. The person who hires you, the enterprise who hires you, is, for example, things doesn't work, he cannot pay the salaries, and so since 3 months people have not been paid, and okay, there's one of the employees who says to the director, to the person, that he is going to leave the company because he can't live without salary. And suppose the director, the owner, says to him, oh, no, you cannot leave, huh? You cannot leave the company. If you want to leave the company, you will have to repay to me all the salaries I have paid to you. Very strange. I don't think that, that this kind of answer or law comes from God. It's more related to the, it resembles, it looks a lot like the colonial debt, you know, and in the, and in the indemnization of settlers. Yeah. What I think is that any colonial debt that has been paid needs to be reimbursed to people who paid that debt. Let us read Isaiah 58, verses 1 to 9. Is God talking to his people through his prophet. Okay. Shout it loud. Do not hold back. Raise your voice like a trumpet. Declare to my people their rebellion, and to the descendants of Jacob their sins. For day after day they seek me out. They seem eager to know my ways, as if they were a nation that does what is right and has not forsaken the commands of its God. They ask me for just decisions and seem eager for God to come near them. Why have we fasted, they say, and you have not seen it? Why have we humbled ourselves, and you have not noticed? Yet, on the day of your fasting, you do as you please and exploit all your workers. Your fasting ends in quarreling and strife, and in striking each other with wicked fists. You cannot fast as you do today and expect your voice to be heard on high. Is this the kind of fast I have chosen? Only a day for people to humble themselves? Is it only for bowing one's head like a reed, and for lying in sackcloth and ashes? Is that what you call a fast? a day acceptable to the Lord? Is not this the kind of fasting I have chosen? If not, this the kind of fasting I have chosen, to loose the chains of injustice and untie the cords of the yoke, to set the oppressed free and break every yoke. Is it not to share your food with the hungry and to provide the poor wanderer with shelter? When you see the naked, to clothe them, and not to turn away from your own flesh and blood. Then your light will break forth like the dawn, and your healing will quickly appear. Then your righteousness will go before you, and the glory of the Lord will be your rearward. Then you will call, and the Lord will answer. You will cry for help, and he will say, Here am I. All right. So this is one point. Yeah, because the law of God, you can how can I say, feel it, and you can check on it. It uses the the five senses, like the sight, the hearing, the smell, the taste, etc. It also uses, for example, when you dream, you can believe in the dream because you dream, you know it's true. Yeah, it uses also the pineal gland and voila. So yeah, let us read. God knew that anyway, that his word would have been manipulated. He knew it because it is in the scriptures. Revelation 22. Revelation 22, verses 18 to 19. I warn everyone who hears the words of the prophecy of this scroll. If anyone adds anything to them, God will add to that person the plagues described in this scroll. And if anyone takes words away from this scroll of prophecy, God will take away from that person any share in the tree of life and in the holy city which are described in this script. So, something else I would like to talk about is is the name. I'm talking to the autochthone people of the human motherlands because, as we all know, they have been since centuries deprived of their identity, many, and the African names are not in use as much as it was before. And some, they just wasn't some of them were not even given because they have the religion names. Some of them have both names, but they don't use too much their African names. And um, so the fact is that African names are not just names. They are also, they describe also the story of the person, the story of the family, the story of the tribe. It's memory, ancestral memory. Why? Because it can, some people, for example, are named from the days of the week, or are named from what happened when their mom gave birth to them, or it can describe the person itself. And those names are the same in the fact that they are passed through generation. So it is it is recognized by nature, by the nature. It is like it is in harmony with the cosmos. And if you try more and more to be called by your African name, this will help the liberation of the human motherlands. Even in the diaspora, or in the people who have been deported, many are looking for their identity back to Africa, and they want to go back to Africa because that's what we call, because Africa is calling them, its children. This is also part of the nature, The earth is something, it's a living creature. The nature has its law, and as we say, nature doesn't want to be empty. So it is asking to itself, where are my children? I want them back. And it's already written in the scriptures anyway, that God will bring back all the deported. So using your name, trying to find it, and make people call you by this name, whether it's your family or your how can I say, your friends. It's just using that name more and more will be beneficial, even on your habits and on your behavior. Some people can change when they are called by their real name, because it is in accordance with the nature. The link with the nature, with the cosmos, is there. There's nothing to do with your ID document. No. Yeah, but some people have nicknames. Huh? Some people are called Michelle. Well, they are called Mimi. Well, okay. So and uh, and that's the way they call them. Huh? So African needs to use more their autochthone names to bring harmony back. And I've put some link on my Telegram channel, PHR1. Because the name is like a code, a key, a reference. That's why it's the name that is the identity. What did God do when he created the animals and all creatures? He put them before Adam and told Adam to give them a name. Yeah. So when it is said, for example, oh, there's a lion coming, everyone knows what is a lion. The nature even knows what is a lion. Everyone knows. Because it's the name of that species of animal. That is why all the people, the wicked, the enslavers, or the religions, the first thing they always do, is to rip off people of their name, their real name. Because that name has its signification. African names have a signification and are related with the nature. It's the identity. So they take away your identity so that they can have power on you. You don't know who you are. You don't know where you come from. You're just like that. You are under their power. And with the generations, there are things that get lost. Memory or knowledge. Even that some did stay, even thanks to God, even between the departed, but most of them have been lost. So, for example, they also deprived the slaves of their name, because the name gives information on you, your tribe, your family, where you come. Suppose there a slave who is called ABA, for example, and who meets another slave. Oh, what's your name? Oh, I'm called ABE. Ah, ABE. Ah, we are the same name. Oh, we are from the same tribe, the same village. Oh, what is your family? Okay. If those things, if all these collective memory, collective has been passed, if they have, if the enslavers didn't deprive the people from their identity, which means from their name, they wouldn't have any power on them. It's not possible, because your name is your identity. That's why religions enslavers, colonialists, the first thing they do and the most important and violent thing they do is to deprive the people they want to oppress from their identities, from their cultures. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to speak about in this video. So it's okay. This video has come to an end, and see you at the next video.